welcome to Nixie Bobs and welcome to 2019. I hate the new year. I always find it really depressing. It's always, you know what it is? We get past my birthday in September, we get past the amazingness that's Halloween, and then it's kind of all the build up to Christmas, and it's all beautiful and all fun and all magical, and then Christmas is over and you realise you gotta deal with less than 10-degree weather for another 3 months. It's gonna be cold, it's gonna be ugly, and none of us want it. The problem is now is that we're just all sitting around waiting for the nice weather to come back, which I hate. I don't like the cold. I do not like being cold. It is like the worst. We are going to have our final debrief of the sleek Can't Wait Another Day calendar, which is empty. But all the products are in this Swarovski bag right here. I'm still shocked to hell that I actually managed to outlast my expectations on this. If you're going to ask me to remember exactly what we got on each day, I haven't got a frilly heck. What I will say is, if you guys want me to do like a video with all of this stuff, leave me a comment down below and I will totally do that. But as of right now, I'm ready to kind of go out. I need a little bit more lip balm on, but beyond that I'm good. Okay, so I think we've got everything ready. So let's look firstly at all the pencil related products we received, of which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7. Oh, we had, I think, 3 eyeliners, 4 lip liners. Now, I'm going to say to you, going into this, I did not I did not own any lip pencil products. So these have actually been really, really good to get for the first time and try out using with lipsticks. I like the colour range they gave. They gave quite a lot. It's quite wintry if you look at the colour theming of it. And also, as we'll get into, and the bag just fell off, they seem to have a lot of corresponding pieces in this. We'll look at a little bit closer when we get into the mattes and the nail polishes as well. But a lot of the products seem to be like have a corresponding, you know, nail polish or lipstick or something that goes with it so that you can match it up. And the thing I like about the lip pencils is they're all really wearable. Well, mostly. These two are the most wearable, which are the pinks. The purpley come aubergine come winey colours, maybe not so much, but great for the festive season and great if you were going to do a lighter eye going into New Year's Eve and then do a kick-ass lip. Oh, we said ass on the channel! Ah! I never said I was PG. These have been great to use and it does help me keep within the lip line. Before having these, I did find, and it's a silly thing to say, and if there's people who know what they're talking about, they're going to go, you're stupid! What I liked about it was, when I'm applying lipstick, sans a liner, I always end up having to sit there and do this. Once I'm using the liner, I'm not doing that. But I'd always kind of sat there and looked at a liner and gone, I don't want to make myself look like this, which is what a lot of these lip liners now are doing, is that people are trying to enhance themselves and make themselves look like that, which doesn't appeal to me in any way. I don't do the big lip trend. If you like that, great, but it's not for Nixie. In terms of using these to a basic standard, which is what I'm all about, great. And I have enjoyed these, and I think, as well as I said, going through all of these, budget buy wise, phenomenal. So affordable, so good for the money, and it doesn't seem to dry out my lips, which is a great thing, unlike the matte me's, which we'll get to. So going on to the eye pencils, again we had 3 really good colours, a brown, a black, and then we had the aubergine, which was the last kind of shock colour, which is going to be great for me to use as everyday because it fits in with my kind of half past dead vampire zombie type thing that I do. I have a thing with I really love the Twilight movies, okay? I'm a Harry Potter fan and I'm a Twihard and a Potterhead at the same time. Don't judge me for it. You can be both. Some people think you can only be one or the other. I like both. So this going into what I normally do every day is going to be great. But the one thing I haven't really given a go yet are these pencils. It's something I need to do because you'll see that I'm always wearing black liner, but I'm always wearing black liquid liner. Pencils are great for softening the look of the eye. The problem is that sometimes I can't get a wing as well drawn with a black pencil as opposed to the liquid. I guess these would be good for waterline as well. It's something we did not experiment with at the time. Seems to go well on the waterline just in that little test. The negative I have with these and with even the lip pencils, which is, as I mentioned at the time, is that they don't self-sharpen. A lot of the time, or when I've had Bare Minerals in the past, oh, I'm lying. Oh, they actually do come with the sharpener. It only took me a month to notice. So it was the one thing I was saying with the problem I had with these. But actually, as it turns out, they do come with the sharpener attachment, which is great because it means they're never going to go blunt. You have to be careful with these though, because sometimes they do blunt themselves out just by doing this. So if you've not seen this little trickaroo before, you kind of get it in and you can sharpen it up and get it back to a nice fine point. So that is great, because it was something that I was going to be judgmental of for these products, but now I know that the sharpener is in there, even better. I just obviously wasn't using my eyes properly at the time. Again, what Sleek are trying to do is be neutral and be fair to every single person using these and make sure that everyone can use. But I think as opposed to just giving a base, I mean, I would have had the black and the aubergine and then maybe like a gold or a silver if they do that in the range, which I don't really know. I think adding the chocolate, you know, it's a hit and miss. If you like wearing brown liner, great. I'm going to save this and use it on somebody else. Probably my mother, I would expect, when I do her makeup come September. What was that noise? When we have a family wedding to go to. So lucky, my cousin. We got the invitation. His wedding is 2 days after my 30th birthday. Oh my God, I turned 30 this year. It's tragic. I'm leaving my 20s. It is the most scary feeling in the world, because suddenly you're like, oh my God, I'm closer to 50 than I am to being a child anymore. It's quite frightening. On the whole, I think the pencils are probably some of the best products we received throughout, but 7 pencil products when you've got a lot of other stuff in a makeup range is a little bit, Did they need to give us all these? Possibly not. So moving on, let's look at our shadow palettes. So we got 3 of these, and it's safe to say that I was minutely it's safe to say I was minutely disappointed with these. I didn't really want to receive 3 eyeshadow products in this thing, in this form. I think personally giving singles would have been a better option, because I feel like you can't really get a brush properly into those. And also, as I said when we opened the last eye divine on this channel, the problem I found is that beyond, I think, this one, which was the eye divine Storm, the other 2, which is this one I'm holding here, which is gleaming in gold, and All Night Long, which were our first and lasts, they're a bit samey. There's very little difference in them, if you can see that at first glance. And I think, you know, for me, getting these is a bit of a dud. I'm being hypercritical here. I'm giving you my opinion on how I felt about the whole experience of this calendar. But this is one that I still want to experiment with. So if you would like to see me do some sort of look with these, this is probably going to be the one that I use, as opposed to these 2. I just think that if they'd given us, you know, like one single shadow, like the size of my Urban Decay there, you can actually get the brush into that. Let's look at this with the brush again. The brush that we got, this is one of the ones we'll talk about in a minute, it basically consumes the whole thing. So it's quite hard to really get it out. Or possibly even just do 2 shadows in one palette. That would have been cool as well. But again, you've ended up with, how many did we get? 1, 2, 4, 6. So we've got 12, 24, we've got 36 eyeshadows across those. 24 of which are quite similar to one another. They're all right if you like that, but I guess I'm just being a little critical of them. These weren't my favourite thing throughout. And as you all know, sitting there opening this with me or watching me open this, the one thing I wanted more than anything for these palettes to be was a highlighter, and it was the one thing we did not get. Which leads me on to the blush. We had 1 blush in this whole calendar. So again, let's kind of do our maths here. 1 blush, 7 pencils, 3 shadow palettes. We could have had a couple more blushes. We could have had a highlighter, a contour product if you like that. You know, you could have had a universal brow pencil in there. There's a lot of other things they could have done. The blush, I don't even remember it because it was day 1. I remember this as it was literally being day 1, which was a corally one. Again, they've got to be neutral because not all the same shades suit all the same people. I, for example, don't suit the more orangey blushes because it just stands out on my vampire skin too much. But I did like this one has like a pinky texture about it. I've barely used it since I got it, actually. I'll be really honest, I've forgotten all about it. 25 days is a long time to do this calendar with. I like the blush, I like the product, I like its glitteriness, and the good thing I think about this is you could either use it as like a defining colour highlight or a blush, and it can take you through all seasons. Sometimes I think when you get a blush, you can only use it between, like, you know, winter, because obviously your skin, most people, their skin colour will change, particularly if they go on holiday and stuff like that, or, you know, once the weather generally starts warming up. Mine doesn't tend to do much of that. You know, this, I think you're safe to take it all seasons, And that's the great thing. That, I think, was probably one of the better products in the calendar. Moving on to the two brushes we had. These I really love, and I'm actually going to get a new brush bag soon because I've actually ordered 12 new Spectrum brushes. That's 12 new Spectrum brushes. So my shadow bag right now is too small, but the great thing is Amazon do loads and loads of slot pencil cases that are awesome as brush bags. So I'll be investing in one of those soon, because once all these brushes come, dang, do I need some more space. And these will be entering in. Someone did actually send me a link for sleek brushes, so I'm looking forward to looking at those. The only reason I went with Spectrum was because they had a big kick-ass sale on, and when it's like $3.49 for a brush, as much as the sleek ones are great value, of course I'm going to get the Spectrum. That sounds a little you know, snobby, but it's not. It's, you know, you find a brand, you like a brand. But again, I've kind of neglected these while I've been well, they kind of fell foul of the bag of doom. I like the quality of these. I haven't actually been able to, you know, you can use them quite strongly and you're not losing any hairs. I'm guessing they're synthetic hairs, someone let me know. I like the small detail one, and I like the oval shape of this one, because again, with this one I like that you can do lid and you can go around for colour. With this one you can do smaller details and even go into cut crease and do under the eye, which I've done. I think you saw me do this with the red, funnily enough. So the brushes again were some of my favourite things in the whole kit. And again, I'm being hypercritical. I would have liked to have seen more brushes in this calendar. I think 2, 7, 3, again, more brushes would have been appreciated, because I think, again, they're always universal. Everyone can use them. So let's go to a bit more of our bum note here, which were the lip products, of which we had 5, 4 matte me's, 1 lipstick. This lipstick I loved. I wore it on Christmas Day and it went great with my outfit. Lipvia, it was a semi-matte, but again, we're gonna say the problem I have is that 4 matte me's versus 1 lipstick. You could have changed it up a little bit. Alright, matte liquid lipsticks are the thing of the moment. Everybody loves them. All the best people want them. All the best people have some of the best ones. I don't, because the problem is when you have desert dry lips all the time, it dries them out. The thing about these as well is that I didn't feel they lasted very well. When I went away and wore these out and wore them around the house, they would very quickly fade around the middle part of my lip, even if I was drinking, if I had my cup, or if I was drinking through like a cup with a straw or anything like that. It would not take very long for it to go away, and that was sometimes without even lip balm underneath, because obviously you saw me always putting lip balms underneath. I'm not here to tear this apart. I'm just gonna start with, you know, telling you how I feel. But I do think that the colours that they gave us were great. I was very pleased with the colours. Again, like with the liners, you've got, you know, a couple that you could use every day, and then you've got a couple of more statements that you could transfer into for parties, and, you know, if you just like a dark lip colour like I do sometimes. The failure of this pack though was absolutely this one, which was the first one we opened, which I don't even know if this has a colour. I can't actually remember. Don't know if it has a colour. Can't see what feels. So this was the lightest one, which, if you remember the first video, this one's video, does absolutely nothing for my lip colours. They are too pink for this, and it merges into my face far too much to even remotely look flattering. Again, they're trying to be as universal as possible, that I understand, but for not everyone's going to work with that kind of peach. My favourite one out of the 4, definitely that pink. I would consider buying that, but I would consider buying it as a lipstick as opposed to the matte me. But this goes with everything. It's very much like my Rapture. They're a great product range if you like the mattes. And for someone who's maybe just looking to experiment or try out, they're great for that, but they're not the greatest for durability. So 2 products that we have to discuss was the liquid liners. Now these have got to be my heroes. This is without a doubt, the glitter one is my favourite product of the whole calendar. I want to buy this again. I want more colours. Do they do more colours? I want a pink. I literally want every colour that they do of this, because it is such a good product. This is literally my hero. I was so glad the day I opened this, and I wore this so much over Christmas, particularly at work. It sits great on black liner. It can stand alone underneath. You can use it on your inner corner. If you can do the cut crease with a glitter that goes above in that crease line, you're a better person than me, but that also looks great there. I can't own that look at all. The black, obviously, it's a traditional. I love it, but it did make my eyes feel a little dry at times, just being hypercritical, but I love that. It did not affect my eyes, so I can use it, and I will use it up. The last thing, the second to last thing, the penultimate, is the 4 nail polishes we received, which again we'll talk about because I think that these are what we all have partners to. Now these polishes I was super impressed with. They have all lasted really well on my nails, and I would consider buying these. I would buy these as full sizes. I think every person can use all of these colours everywhere, and I don't think that they could do much. I'm trying to hold them up, it's kind of hard. Hold on. There we go. So they couldn't really do much wrong with these colours. You've got a festive red that can be Valentine's Day and can just be general. It's lovely and retro as well, which is my style. You've got the darker red, which is more me. And then you've got the 2 neutrals as well. God, did I need that one when my best friend got married. But I was impressed with their durability without even so much as a base or a top coat. So they were really impressive, and I will be looking into having some of their nail polish range in the future and trying them out and getting their top and base coats. The negative with this was that they're all matte styles, but the matte did not last. The matte effects on the nail varnish lasted about a day until I had like the first bath or the first shower, and then it kind of faded to grey and went shiny and lost that kind of edginess about it. But in terms of, I mean, I don't look at the matte style anyway. I don't know if they do a matte top coat for sleek, possibly they do, but I wouldn't choose to buy a matte. What I liked about these was that they dried so fast. You literally saw them drying before your eyes while I was trying these out on camera. Are they impressive? Yes. Was I impressed with these? Yes. Do they last as long as OPI? Yes. Are they as pigmented as OPI? In my opinion, yes. I think they could rival OPI, but that's my shout. You may have had a different experience with these where they chip to hell and just go all over. So the ultimate bum note of the whole calendar was without a doubt the mascara. Why? My eyes hated it. The unconditional mascara is going nowhere but the bin. The reason being that I wore this one day, I think I wore it with the eyeliners, and I started to get big gloops of yellow coming out of my eyes towards the end of the day. Stopped using this. No problem. I had to clean my eyes out a couple of times because they did get quite gunky. I'm probably lucky I didn't get conjunctivitis. That was the ultimate failure for me because my eyes did not like it. My eyes reacted. But then I think there must be a product that some mascaras use, because if you remember Bad Gal Bang from last year, my eyes hated that. My eyes got affected by that very badly, and I will not use it. Sorry, Benefit. Love Roller Lash. Love their Real. Can't use that. So unfortunately that is the ultimate bum. It will be going... There's a Cath Kidston bag there. That's also known as the bin. It will be going in that in the next few minutes. The issue I have with the calendar, I mean, I thought, let's talk about its price. The price of this before my discount, because I got this for about 25, was 35 quid. Now, when you considering that you've got a lot of full-size products in this calendar, you know, all the liners, a lot of this is full size. So when you think about that, it's really generous. It's great for someone either my age, someone younger, someone who doesn't really know their makeup so well. It's great for so many people, and it's quite universal in its shading. So for that, the price, what they give you, very generous, and I really like that aspect of it. I thought it was really great, and they did themselves proud. The negative comes in the variation of what they had. So the fact that they, you know, we had 7 pencil products, 4 nail polishes, 4 liquid lipsticks, 3 eyeshadow palettes, no highlighter. I mean, there were very few products for the face in this. There were more products for the eyes and the lips, which obviously, you know, again, we're going back to the word universal, but there could have been more differentiation of product, because let's face it, no one can not get away with a certain shade of highlighter. There's got to be a universal highlighter shade out there for everybody, and I think including one of them, considering the fact that highlighters are so now, everybody loves them, everybody wants them, would have been something that would have gone down a lot better than an eyeshadow or another matte liquid lipstick. There were, again, I mentioned, there were no brow products. You know, not so much as a taupe brow pencil that everyone could have worn. You know, especially for someone who's younger, who just wants to kind of experiment, that would have been a great product to have. We only had 2 liquid liners. My love for the glitter one, as I've said about 40,000 times since we started this little thing, is that I would have loved a gold or another colour. I think that would have gone down a little bit better with me. I wanted more lipsticks. You know how much I sat there every time I knew we were going to open another lip product. I said, please let it be a lipstick, and it took us up until Christmas Day to actually get one lipstick. So I think having lipsticks or even lip glosses, if they're your thing, and I don't know what's going on outside, there's some big engine. On the whole, I did enjoy it, and I would love to do another one with you guys next year. What? Hello, phone. Okay, that was my water company. I would love to do another one, another calendar with you guys like this year, leading up to December again. I would love to do the NYX one if I had the money at the time. I didn't buy that, but the thing was, come Black Friday, they had it for 20% off. And I would have totally paid 40 quid for that. I don't know if I'd have gone to 50, but it depends what's in my price range as well. So maybe this year we'll look at doing another one. I don't know if I'd do Sleek again, because like, the thing is, I don't know whether they're just like a generic thing and they are the same thing every year, or whether they change every year. I don't really know. It was a great calendar. I really enjoyed doing it with you guys. And the great thing was, it wasn't too hard to edit, even though we did it when I was sick as well. So I hope you enjoyed coming on this journey with me and opening a thing. What was that? And opening a door every day. If you would like to see me do some sort of look with all of this stuff, pop me a comment and I will get to it. But as of right now, it is now January. We're going to go back to normal. Hopefully I'm going to actually get a Look Fantastic box for the first time since about September. There's a long story there which we'll get to. Let me know if you'd like to see me do anything at all. I know someone said, could I see the new everyday tutorial, because I'm obviously doing my makeup a little bit differently now. Yes, I will, because I'm also doing my eyebrows differently, and it's more of a neutral, more natural and more feathered and less kind of drawn look than I think I used to do. So I'm absolutely gonna do that, because I really want to show you my eyebrows. I really like the way I do that now. I'm being so big-headed. But let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for everyone who watched all 25 days, who come in and joined in through every 25 days, and who subscribed as a result of watching the 25 days. Great to have you on board. We don't know what we're doing, but that's the fun of it. I'll see everyone in this year for more stuff. Who knows what I'm going to do? No one ever does. It's more fun that way. Bye, everyone.